you doing? Facebook Live, how are you doing? Live from Newcastle upon Tyne. I'm standing outside one of our latest projects. It's a five-bed terrace, Victorian terrace, development conversion into a 7-bed 5 en suites and 2 off suites. This is for you if you are new to multi-lets, the concept of it. You've never really been in one, you've never really done one, you've never owned one. You might be new to the whole property sector, you might have a single let right now. What I'm going to do is just talk you through some of the overall general themes of what multi-lets are about and why I like them. And I'm just going to tell you what we're doing with this, and if there's a value for you, then awesome. Give me some hellos, give me some thumbs up if you're watching right now, say where you're from in the country. Tell me if you're actually doing multi-lets right now as well, because I mean, some of you do use them, some of you don't. You know, tell me whereabouts are you right now? Are you looking for your first buy-to-let? Are you looking for your first multi-let? Let's see who's on. Hi, Sophia. Hi, hello, who else is on? There's quite a few people coming on. Hi, Nathan, Istvan, David. Hi, David. How are we doing? So, this project will turn into a 7-bed HMO. Now, we were going to go for an 8-bed all-en suite, but knowing our tenant type, and by the way, tenant type, if you're new to it, remember this is for you if you're new to multi-lets. Tenant type is what type of person are you looking to put in this property. Now, every model works for the right person, so I choose not to go for LHA, so housing association tenants. I choose to go for working professionals. You might go for a different market, a different tenant type. You might go for maybe you want to go for doctors. You might want to go for factory workers. Now the reason I'm mentioning different profiles there is because they generally have a different lifestyle. Because factory workers might be working night shift. They might not want to have a sociable environment. They really want a bed to sleep because they go and do shifts. They might be on contract. Whereas somebody might want a sociable environment because they're new to the area. Let's say maybe they're relocating from another country and they want to make new friends. So you've got to work out what your tenant type and tenant profile is, and then design the multi-let around that person. And then the second thing is, where on earth do they want to live? Now, I've met many people who have knacked up on this. They just think, oh, multi-lets are great cash flow vehicles, and then they go and they buy one out of area, somewhere random in the country because somebody's told them it's awesome. They don't know the tenant type profile, and then they buy something and it fails. And then they have lots of voids, and it makes less than a single let. So would you be gutted if you bought out of area, because somebody said it was good, but you didn't really know what you were doing, and then after all of that, you then buy it, you invest your hard-earned cash, your hard-earned inherited money, your hard money that you've done from other projects, and you've got this asset that's now cash flow negatively or worse than a single let. How would you feel about that? Because it does happen to multiple people because they don't know what they're doing. And so, I mean, do I always get it right? No, we don't. I've got one multi-let in Newcastle that struggles a little bit more, but I did test it. I did all my market research, and it's still fine. It's full right now, but 2 people moving out, and I know it's going to take probably 7 to 8 weeks to fill it again. For me, that's pretty. I'm gutted about that because I'd like to fill it within 2 weeks. So, for you, that's step number one. There's advice number one. Know your tenant type and know where they want to live. And there's lots of things you can do to help de-risk it through market research, and that can help you with that. So the next part of multi-lets is how are you going to actually style, furnish it, and does it all meet, actually no, I'll rewind a bit. Does it actually legally meet the requirements? Now that's another bit, and the goalposts do change. So right now, there's minimum room sizes, and each city's different. So wherever you are right now, it might be 6.7 square meters. It might be 10 square meters. It might be 8. How do you know? You need to speak with your HMO officer. So you need to make sure, step 2, after you know what you want, where you want it, is are you compliant? Are you going to set this multi-let up for your needs of your tenants and it meets the legal requirements? But you should be like me and care that your tenants are safe. Give me a thumbs up if you're bothered about making sure you create a nice product, because I know many out there don't really care. They just want to make a load of money. For me, I like to make sure the products are nice, good quality, and I'm sure that if you're watching this and you're part of the community, that you do too. So make sure you're compliant, safe, so the tenants have a happy and successful life in your property. Our profile, we create communities where people have a nice time, that they enjoy the space, so we make sure there's good communal spaces. You might not. You might just have 7 bedrooms with no communal lounge and just a kitchen. And that's okay if that is your tenant type, tenant profile, and that meets your vision and values. Different, okay? So, if you were going to go for a tenant profile, let's say you were going to go for a local house association, blue collar, white collar, boutique, top end, where would you go right now? Share with me. Tell me now, where would you go? which part of the profile would you go? Because that would then determine whether you would put communal lounges in, whether you would do really high-end, you know, like lots of soft furnishing, lots of funky decor. So I'm working with an interior designer on this one, so it's going to be absolutely better than anything else in the city. I'm super excited about that, but we don't need to. You might go for the lower end, and then just, you know, it's got to be safe, functional, and right for tent type. So I mentioned you need to speak with your local housing HMO officer. And there's things that you need to do about that. There's lots of fire regs, and there's making sure everything fits. And the more you know about it, the quicker it gets. And so the more you invest in your learning on multi-lets, the more you invest in understanding the model, the quicker things get. So when I look at a property, I know immediately if it stacks, if it's going to give me the rental return, if I can make it safe and meet the regulations, just within 20 minutes. Would that be good for you to be able to do that thing there so quickly? Or would it take you days and days and days and days to know straight away because you don't have that understanding in your head and that confidence because somebody's shown you how to do it? So that's the power of a mentor as well. So, multi-lets are great, but you've got to make sure you're compliant, you've got to make sure you work in the area, you've got to do your market research. And right now, you can hear that in the background, we're doing the strip out phase right now. We're doing we're getting the damp proof course sorted out. How would you feel about doing the physical project management of the refurb? How confident would you be if a builder says, yep, oh yeah, this door needs replacing, or they kick a bit of wood and they say, oh yeah, that's rotten. How would you know that they're not pulling the wool over your eyes? What systems and processes in place have you got so you can de-risk it, so you ain't going to spend 100 grand on something that should spend 40? Now, I also meet people who are newbie investors or newbie project people in the property, and they get the wool pulled over their eyes because they don't know what they're doing and they haven't got the education or understanding of that step. So far, remember step 1, understand your market. Step 2, know whether you're going to follow the HMO officer's guidelines, make sure you're safe. Then you find a property that works, and then once you've got the thing stack up and you've bought it, you then have to project manage it. How do you know you ain't going to absolutely spend a fortune on something that could have cost you less? What would you do? So you've got to then understand that process. You've got to then know what works for HMOs. You've got to know what kind of furniture works, what kind of furniture doesn't. Tips to save energy costs, because the energy bills, by the way, are astronomical compared to a single let, because you pay the bills normally on a multi-let. And so what can you put in place in that refurb to make sure you save money, and also the furniture saving tips so you don't spend hundreds of pounds. All of that can help you on your first one. So would guidance and support help you on that process already? So tell me, what would you struggle with? What challenges would you have if you were going to do your first multi-let with the knowledge you've got right now? Would it be knowing whether you're safe? Would it be working with builders, knowing how to style it furniture? Would it be knowing your market research, knowing what price to put at? Share with me, what would be your challenges? Hello, Samantha. Hope you recovered from Vegas. And where else did you go? San Francisco? So, tell me, if nobody comments, I'll just keep cracking on. But tell me right now, and I can give you some help. What would you struggle with right now if you were doing your first multi-let? Okay, so with multi-lets, you've now got your builders in, okay? You've costed it, you've de-risked it using systems and strategies we can help you with, and then you've now got a project manager, or you outsource it, but then you've got to build in a cost factor for that as well. And do you know how much it costs to outsource? So at the minute with me, I quite like this part, so I'm overseeing stuff, and I enjoy the visionary design style. So do the stuff you enjoy, outsource the stuff you hate. I like this bit, so I'm here. I'm outside because I want to be safe. I don't want to be in the middle of all that. So, by the way, can you see all this strip out? The reason we've done that and not put a skip in is because if we have a skip right in the back alley, guess what's going to happen? In fact, who's ever got a skip and you've got it in the alley, what normally happens? Okay? It just gets full of everybody else's shit. So it's just keeping it in the alley, and then tomorrow a guy or a girl is going to come and remove it all in one go, and it's just done. Okay, so that's why we've got that out of the way. So the minute we're doing a DPM,